Hey, hey. I know many people may not be interested in to know what I think about certain things, but I think it'd be cool to share my thoughts and opinions on things such as like YouTube channels, shows, video games, like weapons in video games and things like that. And so I'll be occasionally uploading videos like this, sharing my thoughts and views on things. Now, this video is about the SMG4 channel. I I found the SMG4 channel 4 years ago. Their latest upload was the Mario Puzzle, and that was the golden age of SMG4 for me. It was unpredictable. You didn't know what to expect, and the memes were funny. They put them in good spots, and I laughed quite a lot in those videos. Um, and when the Waluigi Arc came out, that was good. If there's a story, I'm typically there for more of an organized story, something easy to understand, something that has some logic to it. Obviously, SMG4 stories may not have exactly the most reasonable logic, but as long as it made me laugh, I was fine with it. And that's what I did. The Waluigi arc, it made me laugh at certain moments. It was the first time they did an arc, and that was a good change. And so, I liked it. It was a good arc. And I got a shirt, a Wattfee shirt. I have no idea where it is, but it's somewhere. Um, and then as time went on, there was another arc. That was alright. Not the best, but it was alright. And at this point, they still had that unpredictability. You didn't know what to expect, and I love that. And then there's the anime arc. I don't like the anime arc. I don't. And there's a few reasons for that. One, that arc drug out. It drug out. It took a long time for them to finish. And I'm not saying a long arc is bad. I'm just saying that for someone like me who doesn't enjoy doesn't really enjoy the stories from SMG4, a long story like that can get kind of tiring. And obviously, those two, Luke and Kevin, I can't say their last name. I can't, so I'm not gonna try. Those two worked hard on the anime arc, and it definitely showed. But it just wasn't my type of thing. The story wasn't my type of thing, and the memes was often about anime, and I didn't really laugh when it comes to anime memes or things regarding anime. I didn't laugh. So the arc was just me waiting for it and waiting to see. But at the time, my favorite character was Meggy. It was my favorite character for a while. And at the very end, when she turned into a human, I was questioning it. Like, how does this make sense? Inklings were never human before. They are made of ink. If you drain them dry of ink, they'll be shriveled up like a raisin. And so I didn't agree with that. But as long as she kept her inkling voice, there'd be some kind of remnants of her inkling past, I guess. And then time goes on, they have more main characters, which makes things a less, more predictable. So I'm laughing less as time goes on. And then the SMG3 arc, in the SMG3 arc, or the YouTube arc, that was interesting. I wanted to see what would happen with the remote, and if there'd be any major changes to a character. There was major changes, and that happened to me. Again, they changed her voice to human. And I mean, I get it. I get why they made the changes. Maybe they had some kind of copyright issue with Nintendo or something, but I don't know. Because of the merch and all, I don't know. But I was not quite a fan of them changing the voice or the appearance. And I understand that at that time they were making shows on Glitch Productions, and they were in production of Sunset Paradise, and so they had a voice actor, and so they had a voice actor do what a voice actor do. They made voice lines for the characters, and that's perfectly fine. But Maggie just wasn't the same for me. And then it wasn't too long after that I stopped watching SMG4. That's a brief history on the show on SMG4 for me. Now, what that comes down to is, at first I loved it. I loved SMG4. I watched it every week, and I would get merch if I was able to, if I had the money. I didn't have a job, so most of the time I wasn't able to, but I got it when I could. The Waluigi arc, that's good. It was good. Bob arc, alright. As time goes on, I start seeing a change in the show on SMG4, and it's just not as funny as it once was. And you could tell it wasn't as funny, and you could tell that I didn't have as fun of a time watching it as I once did. And it got to the point where I just stopped watching SMG4 in total. After the anime arc, things just, I didn't like it. I wasn't happy with the story and certain changes, but I kept watching until the YouTube arc, as you know. That was alright. That was another alright one. There's a few moments that made me chuckle, made me laugh, but after the YouTube arc, I just kind of died out of it. I stopped watching I stopped watching SMG4. Now it's not like I didn't watch newer videos to see if things change. I did. The other day actually, I watched some of the new ones, like if Mario was in Splatoon 3, and two others, I forget the names of. One of them was like Friday Night Funkin', like a thing like that, you know. They're alright. The stories are random, and obviously, as you know, like I said earlier, not quite my kind of thing. A random story like that. Just the memes they use now and where they position them, it just doesn't make me laugh like it used to. Overall, it's just not what it was 4 years ago, and that's very noticeable to me. And so I stopped watching the show, the SMG4, since the end of the YouTube arc. I have no idea when that was, but it was quite a while ago, I assume now. Let me check quickly. I can check here quickly. I just checked. That was 2 years ago now. Obviously, I kept tabs with the channel for a long time, but the videos just didn't interest me anymore. But when they released that update video, SMG4 released the video named announcing my biggest project yet, and the thumbnail is a Murder Drone poster with a question mark on it. I watched that. Interesting. I've never seen them make a show like Murder Drones before, so I was interested to see how that went out, to see how it turned out. At the time, I didn't have much interest in it. Honestly, I didn't. Yeah, I will go over more about what I think of Murder Drones in the next video when I talk about Glyph Productions and I go into specific shows and all that. But I would not have thought that Murder Drones would be my favorite show of all time. I mean, at least right now it is. I love it. But obviously I'm getting off SMG4 now, but that's pretty much what I think of SMG4. It was funny, not anymore for me, and I don't watch it anymore. I'll keep tabs on it for any information about Glitch, but that's about it. I hope you have a good day or night.